to some people, they like to do it. For some people, they don't. So this one here, now one way what you do is, I'm going to show you, you're going to use this, partially use this root. So what you're going to do is line them up. So essentially like this. Now, you're going to cut two different ways. So if I cut this one going up in a slant, then you cut this one down, and then you mix them together. You stuff. So whatever you do. So I'm going to cut this way. So line them up, right? You can line them up here. So separate a little bit. I'm going to cut. Don't cut through. Okay. And then this one at the same places, you have to cut to the other direction. Okay. Now after you cut it, what you do it? Going through it. See,
you don't have the dexterity that
yeah. Now give me, yeah, clip it. That's it. Now, on the other hand, it's simple, right? But once you grow it, you have to get rid of these. Once they mix together, you're going to cut these. Okay, so and then this one here, now they are ready. So what you do is put them in a pot. Let them grow, mix together, and then later get rid of the top part of the pumpkin and the lower part of the cucumber. So it's a similar amount of work. Okay. Now this one here, yes, there are some people like to do this way, particularly in the field. It's a simple. Okay, but to us, what we do is here, you see, we're not using these roots. This way we just use, we're going to reroot them. So we're going to cut these, see here.
Dr. Gao, that's the cucumber, right? Or that the
No. This is a pumpkin.
Oh, it's the pumpkin, okay.
So this is a pumpkin, this is a patio, this is a two seedling leaves. We call it called dedens. We can all call it. So this is the first true leaf. They are germinated a couple of days earlier than the cucumber. Okay, so now we got these. This is a perfect one. What we do is we get rid of the growth point. So we're going to get rid of these. So here I'm going to cut, slice it. So leave it there, and then you want to get rid of the growth point carefully. Just completely.
Can you show what you just did? I can't see it up here.
So I just get rid of it.
Okay, so you've just taken it out.
Yeah, you see here. Now what we do here is, I left the notes in the house, but I did not. We'll have these two. So this is fruit paste. So I got rid of part of those. Okay. Then also, what you can do is you can use this toothpick. So what I do is, see, this I like to use it because simple. It has a slant. So what I do, hold it, and then I'm going to push through in a slant way, but not coming out. I punch it. Mm-hmm. Okay? So I'm going to leave it here. On the other hand, I'm going to take one here. See, this is a seedling cucumber. So when I hold it, now I use it. I have very sharp those razor blade, but I'd rather use this, not to cut myself or cut. See, what I do is cut in about here, about 1 centimeter or so. Don't get too long. So what I do is cut one, and then turn around about 90 degrees. You cut another one, so that you have a kind of a wedge.
Point.
Yes, point wedge. Okay. So and then afterwards, what you do is simple, stuck it. Now you become one plant. Now, see, there's no roots, right?
Right.
So what we do is, see, we have these one. Now, because they do not have roots, so if you can leave these in the soil, they're gonna die. So what we do is, see, this is a specialized biodome. Let them root here. Okay, this one here, we close it. And then after 1 day or two, under low light, so once we put it like this, we're going to leave in the dark for 24 hours. And then afterwards, we see here, so we're going to close, so they have, inside it's moisture, essentially saturated.
Now, do you leave the water in the bottom of the tray?
Yes.
Okay, you leave
Yes.
the water in the bottom of the tray?
Yes. So these are a little bit fertilized water. Okay. So this one here, inside this dome, it's humidity saturated. So there will be no problem for them to root. This.
While he's doing that, these biodomes, they came from part
Hello,
seeds.
Gerald.
You can order them from
I'm
part
in the
seeds.
greenhouse. I'm in the
And they,
greenhouse. Okay.
sometimes they have them on sale. Normally, when you go to buy them, they're about, I think about what are those things called? You remember?
About complete $36.
For the
Complete, yeah.
Okay, but they do run sales
Yeah.
quite often where you can get them cheaper than that.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you're cutting off your pumpkin. Why are you not keeping it in the soil?
See, we let them reroot. The roots will be stronger.
Okay.
So if you like this one, this you see here, these roots are already dying. So you have new roots. So this way, the new roots coming out in about 12 hours. They're strong roots. And then when you replant it, you take out these blocks directly put in the soil.
Okay.
So this is becomes a simpler, stronger roots.
Why are the roots stronger? Because I'm kind of like her. I would
I
think it
would
would
have
be.
done that.
Correct. So the roots here in this soil, here, when you take them out of the soil, when you reroot it, these roots are supporting roots. It no longer has any function to absorb water, or we call it called tap roots. Now, what for absorption of nutrients and water, what they needed those tiny roots. Okay, what we just get rid of these tap roots, let them stimulate them to produce younger tap roots. They can have a stronger absorption and coming out more of those small roots. That's the reason. Okay. Now you can do like this. People do like this. One put it there.
Like tomatoes. When I've grafted tomatoes, you just always keep it in the soil.
Yes.
I've never seen
Actually, grafted tomato you can do the same way.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never seen
Yes,
this.
but when we have here doing the sweet potato production, you have to get rid of the roots. If you keep the roots there,
That's
you don't get any.
But that's where the fruit is.
Yes.
Is under the
No,
ground.
they have to get to stimulate them to come out new roots. This one here, yeah, you can do this way. Technically, I'm not sure even. I give you the theoretical explanation, but I'm not sure have anyone done the comparison which will give you the better
Okay.
view. Okay,
Interesting.
but for us here, this has become simpler. So you do not have the other way, like this one. You would have to put back into a small pots, right? Here I can put 18. So now this one you got it. This one you've got it. You are not going to put this here.
Right.
So you would have to have a container. You would have a facility to cover it at least without the light for the first 24 hours, and you would have to gradually acclimate it. But this one I do it everything in one. So what I do is, after I finish this one, I put in the dark house. I just close the door, turn the light off, and then tomorrow, what you do is, see this one, open a little bit, and then every day you gradually open it until you open the hole, right? And then 3 days or 4 days later, you take them out.
Wow. That's
And then, so when you go to the field, what you do is, you just take the block, get this one out. Put into a hole.
cool. So we're in Fort Bend County and we'll be growing these when we get them they'll be in this, or how will
Yeah.
we receive?
They'll be in the foam.
Yeah,
things like
or we take them out.
Take them out, yeah, 'cause we have
Take them
trouble
out.
getting this phone.
Yeah, we all these agents we never get those back. So.
Right.
We always ask the agent to bring those
Y'all
back,
don't
but we never
trust
seem to get them back.
Yeah, you already fortunately the other thing is you probably we can give you there. So next year once you because we have a long season, afterwards you guys can use this to try it there. You have an office there, right? Mm-hmm. So because with this one, what you do is you actually need to add some open spaces, germinate them, and as long as you have an office.